7 weeks ago in Las Vegas, this man right here said it was coming home, and he finished in the first call out. Of course, we are talking about Samson Dauda. Samson, coming into this Arnold Classic, now you have some legitimate hype coming in behind you. How does it feel to finally come to a show having arrived with that weight of expectation?
Man, it feels good, man. It feels exciting. You know, we normally come to these shows, we're always the underdog, never knowing what we're going to bring and anything like that. But having that Olympia happen and having that showing and knowing that we could improve on that and then having improved on that, it's nothing but confidence, man. So right now we're doing this, I feel extremely confident knowing that I've improved from the Olympia look and knowing that if I could, with the Olympia look, if I can play 6th in the world, this got to go for the win, baby. So we're coming in this time, all guns blazing, well improved, and everything, and ready to show off on that stage. So I'm just excited to get tomorrow started.
Well, let's review the last show. Well, obviously the Olympia. Yep. When you review the tape, what went right? What went wrong? Biggest area of improvement that we're going to see this weekend?
Oh, what you're going to see is a much more tighter physique. One of the things that we really want to get sticked on was to come in tighter, come in harder, come in drier, and that's one thing we really focus on. But at the same time, we knew that we had that freak factor and that mass, and we didn't want to lose that to get tighter, so we made sure that in that time frame, we didn't only make things tighter, but we kept our mass at the same time as well. So what you're going to see tomorrow is going to be a whole new revamped and just fine-tuned physique that you saw in Olympia, a lot better fine-tuned and ready to go.
Well, you're talking to Milo. She said that you had decided a long time ago that you wanted to do this show. What went behind that decision, and how did the Olympia planning maybe play into your appearance here at the Arnold?
Man, because right from day one, I did the Arnold first thing last year. The first show I ever did in the U.S. was last year. I absolutely loved the Arnold experience. There's nothing like it. And already I was like, I'm going to do this every day, man. I love doing this show. So for me, coming in after the Olympia, I was already set that, I'm going to do the Arnold because I enjoyed it. And then having the result we did at the Olympia, it sort of reinforced that because I'm like, okay, if I can look like that and play top 6, I know I can improve a lot between then and now. So it just kind of fired me up that much more to come into this show because I know I'm going to be more improved, I'm going to be better. And you know what? It just sets that certainty where now I know where I stand. I know what I pack in. I know what I can do. And it kind of have that, Olympia reinforced that for me. So now coming into this show, I'm a lot more confident and a lot more keen to get that result.
Well, before the Olympia, I asked you what would be a successful result in your mind. You wanted top 6. Yeah. You wanted first call. You got that. Yeah. What would be a result here at the Arnold Classic that would make you truly satisfied?
Oh, man, the win. The win. I want the gold, man. At this point, I know I've improved enough. And for me, hell, let's go for the throat, man. Get that gold.
Was that the mindset coming into this prep?
Yeah.
Samson Dauda can win the 2023 Arnold Classic.
Oh, yes. And that was the mindset all through the prep, especially coming off that hype of the Olympia. I was like, you know what, hell, if I can work that hard and get that, I know I can work harder and get the top place. So we're coming in with that goal, that mindset of getting the win.
Samson, you're from England.
Yes.
If you win this Arnold Classic, next time I'm in England, Nando's on you.
Oh, yeah, man, dude, feel free, man, of course. Everybody come Nando's on me if I win this one there. So, yeah, we're going to have fun. But definitely, and the first thing as well, I'll be the first English bodybuilder to ever win the Arnold. So that, for me, is an accolade I want to hold on to.
That's what I wanted to ask you next, because, again, we discussed the legacy of British bodybuilding, and obviously now you have really taken that mantle. Yeah. What does that mean to you representing, taking that British flag onto the Arnold Classic stage?
Man, it's an honor, man. It's an honor. My adopted home, they've looked after me. They've supported me all through. Even when people in the U.S. and they didn't know who I was, they were there pushing me, telling me to go. So right now, being able to do this and bring back home an Arnold title, man, it will be the greatest honor of all time, and I'm really keen to do that.
I never do this, but for the first time ever, I will put it on record. I am rooting for someone to win the Arnold Classic, and it is this man right here, because if he wins, Nando's on Samson Dauda. Ever since the 2021 Olympia, we've been trying to get this man on the TV show, one of the most sought-after classic physique Olympians, one of the most sought-after bodybuilders in the fitness industry. Of course, we are talking about Orez Kalasinski. Orez, first of all, so 2 years ago, like I said, we were at the Olympia. I was sitting next to Dennis Wolf, and he must have yelled out instruction after instruction in German. Now, he pronounced your name. I want to get the official pronunciation. We all call you Urs. We Americanize it. Is it Urs?
I love it.
How do you officially pronounce your name?
I don't want to say it because I love the name Urs in the US. I just told my girlfriend before this pronouncing is so cool for me, and I wish they would also do it in Germany like the Urs. But at the end of the day, it's Urs. But
that's what Dennis was calling you. And I'm like, we got it all wrong.
So yeah, that's kind of a German thing, but Urs is better for me. I like it.
So I want to put this on the record. Urs Kalasinski challenged me to a dance competition. I have forfeited.
Yeah.
I have no chance.
Let's come on, windmill.
It's really cool because I was just talking to you about. Again, you're from Germany. I asked you if you're into soccer, and like so many bodybuilders from countries where they play soccer, play hockey. They're not into that. They're just into bodybuilding. And you have, obviously, a dance background, a gymnast background. Tell us the origins, how you went from that transitioning into becoming a world-class bodybuilder.
Honestly, my biggest brother was a major impact of that. He was a gymnast, like you mentioned, and he was always in good shape, looking great. And for me, 13, 14 years old, looking for my first girls to meet and looking like, a bag of shit, I would pronounce, but one always wanted to look like him, and he really motivated me get into this. And then we started, and after 1 or 2 years, I learned more than him, and then I accepted the challenge and started with like bodybuilding. It's a slow but a cool way going into the whole bodybuilding scene, and
so what you mean to tell me is that you, a good-looking gentleman, got into bodybuilding to get the chicks?
Exactly, but you need a reason to start, and that was my reason. And then in a couple of weeks it changed because not the girls came to me.
In a couple of weeks?
The gym bros came to me and asked me, bro, how much is your bench press? So, no chicks. Now I have a...
Was that a disappointment where you say to yourself, all right, I'm working out, I'm going to look good, and here comes the chicks? No, but here come the gym bros.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I like your pecs.
And that's how it is. So girls never should be the reason going to the gym, but it could be a motivation. So that was mine, and then pretty much it switched, and I saw the competitive interests of bodybuilding, and now we're here. 23 Arnold Classics, baby.
What got you? Did you always have in your mind you wanted to be a classic physique competitor? Did you kind of always see bodybuilding as the ideal? What got you interested in classic physique?
Honestly, for all they know me, I love Flex Wheeler and the kind of physique Flex Wheeler has. Sultan of symmetry, perfect proportion, just beautiful looking at, and also the golden era was always my favorite. And back in the days, like 2013, 2014, where I started, classic physique wasn't there. So I just tried to look like these guys from back in the days. Frank Zane, for example, also a really great guy. And what really also inspired me is the posing, the way of posing they're doing. Really, really good choreographies, and guys like Lila Brada doing their legendary posing routines. So that really inspired me, and also for me that's the perfectness of bodybuilding. So I always loved the classic shape and structure, proportions, good conditioning, and flawless posing. So that's what I wanted to achieve.
So obviously you've had a lot of instant success at a very young age and a very young time in your bodybuilding and your classic physique career. When you evaluate, your last two Olympia appearances and really study what you're looking to bring it to this Arnold Classic, what would you say it is? What are some of the improvements we can expect to see this weekend?
We can definitely expect a bigger package, because always at the weigh-ins you're getting closer and closer, and I'm very young, like you mentioned before, and I just wanted to take my time, and I knew, last year I wasn't there, and then season by season you're getting bigger and better, and the better is for me the major key, like staying tight in the middle and just building up everything slowly, because with 24 years old you don't need to rush, I would say. Right, yeah. I'm really focused, and I really want to achieve everything what's possible in a kind of period of time, and that's necessary to keep me motivated. But at the end of the day, I have a longer career in front of me, so I don't want to rush anything and get my lines away. So.
Finally, you look at the progression of this classic physique division and the quality that we have seen, at the top of the division. Obviously, Chris Bumstead, the standard bearer, and then you have the young guns like yourself, like Ramon Dino, obviously Terrence Ruffin, someone a true throwback. How do you assess where this division is now, say 7 years into it being, an Olympia level division?
It's insane. I just watch it since it begins. So for me, being with the guys and in the front place, this is absolutely phenomenal and gives me a highly motivation, and also it's cool for me to see how I can motivate especially the younger generation out there, also to start with competing and also go into the classic physique and stuff. So I think this category is just perfect to make our sport bigger. We all love and bring more people into this. So,
well, we know Arnold loves his posing, so we know he's going to love whatever it is that you are looking to bring. Do we have anything special planned as far as your posing routine?
Of course, I got something special in my mind, but that's I think we're going to see tomorrow night on the main stage at the Arnold Classic 23.
Urs Kalasinski, I pronounced it correctly, right?
Urs.
Classic physique superstar.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Você está se sentindo nessa semana do Arnold Classic?
Feeling happy and
Pode falar se você.
I'm tired, but by motivation.
You're motivated?
Motivated.
He's tired, but he's motivated, yes.
Obviously, you have really taken full front and center as one of the top stars here in the classic physique division. And, obviously when you talk about classic physique, you have Chris Bumstead, the standard bearer, but then you have some of the young guns, yourself, Urs Kalasinski, who are really making a push. A real opportunity for you to make a real statement here this weekend at the Arnold Classic. What do you make of this kind of an opportunity here on the Arnold Classic stage?
What kind of, what say?
Yeah, as far as the opportunity available for him here this weekend to make a statement as far as...
I see what you're saying. Então ele está perguntando assim, qual que é a oportunidade que você tem de poder falar o que você quer dessa vez, né, no palco do Arnold?
Eu tô treinando para isso, falo para ele.
He's actually practicing for that. He's actually practicing like a statement in English. So that's what we are looking for. It's gonna be really nice.
Very good.
Yes.
When you look back at what you brought at the Olympia and some of the adjustments you've had to make, what can fans expect to see this weekend on the Arnold Classic stage?
Olhando pro físico do Olympia, né, os ajustes que você tem que fazer, qual que é a diferença que você acha que você vai trazer dessa vez pro palco do Arnold?
A gente conseguiu trazer agora, nesse Arnold, um pouco mais de maturidade, a gente conseguiu aprofundar mais os cortes e as poses também a gente conseguiu trabalhar muito nela.
So he said that he's like more dense, so his muscles are more mature. He has like deep cuts right now. Como é que você falou?
A gente também melhorou as poses.
Oh yeah. He has been practicing his poses every day, like every single day, over and over again during the night. So his poses are amazing, look amazing now, yes. And definitely like o seu dorsal também, né, que estava falando, né? Oh yeah, his back also. He's working his back, and his back is getting a huge difference from Olympia, definitely.
I have to ask, obviously someone like yourself grew up, probably watching Arnold Schwarzenegger in movies. You knew about him as a bodybuilder. What would it mean to you to be able to shake Arnold Schwarzenegger's hand this weekend?
Bom, você, assim, provavelmente você deve ter assistido bastante coisa do Arnold, né, dos caras das antigas. O que você sente em pensar que você pode chegar a apertar a mão do Arnold Schwarzenegger amanhã?
Pela segunda vez, porque já aconteceu uma vez, né?
He said for the second time because he already did once. Already shake his hand.
But here on the big Ohio stage.
Dessa vez você estava aqui, né, realmente no campeonato dele, né?
Sempre uma realização, né? Eu sou muito fã do trabalho dele, de toda a história dele, e para mim é motivador também.
He's really fan from Arnold Schwarzenegger, and for him it's like a huge like motivation. He's extremely excited, and it's going to be amazing and different. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I can tell you this, fans are very excited to see you, and probably is going to be Urs Kalasinski for that Arnold Classic Physique title. What can you say about that showdown between you and Urs?
Então, ele falou assim que provavelmente, né, vai ficar aí entre você e o Urs, né? Vocês são os grandes favoritos, né? O que você espera aí desse grande conflito?
Ah, com certeza vencê-lo.
He said, I'm sure I'm gonna win.
Mas também mostrar todo o nosso trampo e mostrar o diferencial que teve nessa preparação no palco.
But also he's gonna show in the stage the whole preparation, the whole prep, the whole difference that he has been working on since Olympia from now.
Thank you so much for the time. Fans are very excited to see what you're going to bring this weekend at the Arnold Classic. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Alongside Kamal Algordon, Kamal making the quantum leap from the 212 to the open class. Now, let's get one thing on record first. Is this for good, or is this still in the evaluation process?
No, this is definitely for good. I did what I have to do at 212, but this is like, it's enough for me. You know, I'm coming off of the end of my career. I don't want to struggle anymore. I want to enjoy it. I want to get the most of it. I want to see how big I could go. And I don't want to struggle going down to 212 because really my physique's is growing and I don't want to suffering going down, no.
So, if my count is correct, this is your third open class competition, correct?
Yes, this is the third one, yes.
What have you learned about your physique, about your body, growing in a show as opposed to having to restrict for a 212 competition?
It's really a lot of suffering, you know. It's the diet, it's enough. You know, diet for a show 6 months and then you come in to the end of the show after you build that kind of muscle and you feel fuller and whatever, and then you need to go down to make that weight. So you lose all that fullness, you lose the dense. I mean, okay, we had to do that, but it is for me, I don't know, it's me, maybe it's only me, and it is only me, because I'm still growing, still improving, so I found it really, really hard to go down. So for me, I said, let me enjoy the best what's left on this, and just be myself and me the biggest I could, and yeah, that's why we decided to do the Open.
Aside from Sean Clarita, you two are the only ones that are going to come into this Arnold Classic having just competed in 212 and now making that leap to open. What is that adjustment like, having to do so on the fly in a matter of a few weeks?
I mean, it's not adjustment. It's it's a challenge. To be honest, it's a challenge. For me, it's always a challenge. I've always wanted to do something better. I always wanted to go one step upper and whatever. So why not? This is the life. If you don't try and go for the best or go for the hardest, you know what's behind the doors. So why not? I mean, we did some shows as with the big boys, and we proved it. We proved what we could do and what damage we did. So why not? We can just keep going the big shows. To be honest, one of the things is even with the prize money, I don't see it's fair as a 212. We do the same shit. We train, we diet, and then the reward at the show at the Olympia, from 400,000 to 50,000. That's not really that's not fair, and it's not fair. And always they talk about bodybuilding, and they don't mention as much as the 212, or they don't mention as the other classes. It's just the open man's bodybuilding.
So then I have to ask you, because again, this is the point that Lee Priest brought up just a few weeks ago, and obviously got a lot of traction, got a lot of debate and discussion. You, Sean Clarita, there was obviously the process of Flex Lewis trying to transition into the open class. Lee Priest said get rid of the 212 altogether, that the best from the division have shown the ability to hang in with the open class. Do you agree, disagree, or is there some gray area there?
I don't disagree because of one point, all right, one thing. I think that at the beginning when they had the 212, they had it for a reason, all right? They had it for the reason why these shorter people to be chasing the bigger guys. So, and then they're gonna do shit stuff, all right? So that's for health-wise, no, I would never agree. You have that decision. If you wanna stay there, but you don't chase the big boys, because you could hurt yourself. For the health-wise, no, they have to keep it, but we have the choice. If you wanna do the open, we could do the open. So that's the thing is, with the IFBB and Mr. Jim Mannion, like he said, he mentioned that, he said, Okay, that's why he let us. We compete in the open, so nobody stops us. But you keep that decision because not everybody is smart. All right, we know we've been on this game for a long time. We know bodybuilding. There is a life after bodybuilding. There's a life after what we do. It's not just bodybuilding. So I don't want to kill myself and to chase to be like the big boys. It's not. I think they keep the 212. They just maybe promote a little bit more to keep the guys there. But if they feel they're strong enough and they've got the shape or they've got the physique, which is we proved, and Sean Clarita and Derek, he just came out from whatever, and he whatever, so no.
Bonak.
Exactly. The most dangerous,
Body,
the most dangerous,
212,
exactly. The most dangerous, they come from 212. So you keep the 212 and then you have the choice. If you want to compete with the big boys, compete with the big boys. You could do damage. If you have enough present physiques, the judges, they're going to judge you on your physique. As simple as that.
Kamal Algordon, thank you so much for the time, as always, and good luck this weekend at the Arnold Classic.
Thank you, Siddique. Thank you. I'm happy to be with you guys. Thank you so much.
Alongside fellow Long Islander and also the defending champion Ariel Kadar. Ariel, how do you feel riding in your first Arnold Classic Fitness International? I always get those titles confused. Fitness International title defense.
I feel incredible, honestly. It's a dream come true to be able to say that you're defending your title. And I'm just taking it all in, soaking the dream in, because you never know what can happen, but I do plan to come back as a defending champ next year too, so.
One of the coolest things about this division in particular, the routines, because I feel like everyone has a story and inspiration behind the routines. Now, of course, you really took the Terminator theme to another level. What went behind that thinking, and just how were you able to pull it off? Costume, the execution, everything combined.
So I actually did Predator as a theme in 2017. It was my first Arnold, and I don't know what. I just pictured myself coming out of the side of the stage as the Predator. So that's what made me do that. And then after I did Predator, I said, you know what? I'm going to do Terminator one day, but it's going to be when I'm going to win the Arnold. And I'm going to make sure that's going to be perfect. After 2021 season, I just was very disappointed in my performance. Kind of actually how I felt coming off the Olympia stage this year. And I was so hungry, and I was like, I'm going to do Terminator. And I was just so determined to do that routine and do it perfectly. So I accomplished that last year, and I gained the title being the Terminator. I pictured myself getting that award from Arnold, the Terminator himself. And
what was that moment for you like?
It was unbelievably surreal. I really did not even, I never imagined him actually pointing at me and saying, and I was just like, I can't believe this is happening right now, but I was just like, put the flowers down. I'm like, okay.
What was the theme this year?
So the theme is, I'm not really giving hints, except for the shirt. We are no longer in the past.
Oh.
But that's kind of the MO of the theme.
Physique-wise, when you look back at the Olympia, you make all your evaluations, biggest adjustments, biggest changes, what can we expect to see coming into this Arnold Classic weekend?
It's pretty obvious that I was not better at the Olympia than I was at the Arnold, and clearly we got to go with the standard, and we're just going to, I want to, honestly, I don't want to say we're going to scratch the Olympia, but like realistically, that wasn't me. So we're coming back to be better than I was last year, and that's going to happen tomorrow. I put a lot of pieces together, took a lot of people out of my circle that shouldn't have been there. And I feel extremely good coming into this Arnold. I feel better than I did last year, in fact. I feel like a different champion. I feel like a champion. I don't feel like the person I was last year. I'm coming in here as a champion, and so no matter what happens, I just want to be proud of myself and do the best that I can do. I did not do a great performance for myself at the Olympia. My performance part, to me, is more important than the physique, because at the end of the day, the performance is what matters to me more than the physique, but I want to be perfect in the physique too. So realistically, I just have so much to prove from the Olympia to myself. I think the judges know what I got to offer and what I can do at my best potential. But I think they want to see me put that together, and I'm ready to do that tomorrow.
She is hungry to defend her crown. The 2022, it was 2022, right?
Yeah, I know.
Because my timeline is completely messed up right
I
now.
keep saying this year or last year, but I'm like, oh, no, wait, I don't even know what year we're in anymore.
The last year defending Fitness
2022.
Olympia champion,
2022. Yeah.
Here to defend her title for the first time. Ariel Kadar, thank you so much for the time. Good luck this weekend. Can't wait to see what theme you reveal this week. Alongside Patrick Moore here at the 2023 Arnold Classic. Now, I don't know how much of the conversation we got before we went on live here, but you look very, very lean coming into this Arnold Classic weekend. You were also MIA over the course of the last few weeks. Catch us up, everything over the course of the last few weeks, the prep leading into the show.
So in total, this was a 7.5 week prep. So it was pretty much 0 to 100 really quick. I had my eyes set on a show that was later in the year, around May. I was obviously thinking about California and New York. So I had no intentions on competing any sooner. Once I saw that the guys had, some of the guys had dropped out of the Arnold, due to whatever reasons, and they were down to 6 competitors, I was like, wow, and I was contacted and said, okay, I think I can get ready for this show. And of course, once I talked with my coach, that was the first thing, was like, can we do this? Do we have enough time? And what is it going to look like at the end? And I was like, okay, we can do it. Well, from there on, it was at least 3 to 4 total hours in the gym a day. So that's between cardio, training. The training was a lot different than what I was used to. It was very big compound movements paired with a lot of volume. And I wasn't as active at first as much because I just kind of wanted to lock in. You know how that is. You want to get in the zone. You don't want too much outside noise interfering and comparisons made. And
hence all the unanswered messages.
Yeah. Well, I would always get back to you. Yeah.
No, of course,
but the last few weeks, I was just like, I wanted to really focus. And I know a lot of guys are active, and I'm known for being active online, but it was just a different dynamic with such a short amount of time to get ready. I just wanted to be completely locked in. And really, honestly, every downtime I had, dude, I was either eating or sleeping. Because the physical toll that takes on your body, this was every day in the gym. It was no days off. So it was a lot.
So I have to ask because, again, there was a thought of, okay, you see the lineup, and then an opportunity for you to jump in. And now, lo and behold, you're going up against a truly world-class bodybuilding lineup, maybe one of the most competitive Arnold Classics ever. Your career has taken on so many different chapters, so many ups, so many downs, so many WTFs. What is this next chapter for Patrick Moore? What kind of a statement are you looking to deliver on the stage this weekend?
This is kind of like a reset for me because I had a great showing in 2019. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, right. That was the
one
that was the up.
Everything.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people fail to realize on that show, that was really one of those magic in the bucket moments. I did the same training I had always done. The protocol was a little bit different towards the end, the peaking protocol, and it just happened to nail perfectly. Any other time after that, I still did the same amount of work, still same cardio, same dieting, but the approach just didn't work. So the subsequent times after that, of course, my placing wasn't so great. I was able to make it back to the Olympia in 21. That wasn't that great because it just didn't work out. So I had to kind of hit a reset button. So after that, I wanted to decide, okay, so I'm going to take all of 2022 off, and then I'll see what 2023 looks like. Well, in the mix of taking that time off, I got the injury. So I ruptured my Achilles. So there was no way I could compete. And through that adversity, I really regained my love for the gym and actual training. So it gave me a new fire. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to start to treat every show going forward like I did my first show. And I was all about it. I was completely locked in. I didn't pay attention to much noise outside. It was just work. Work, work, work. Look for the end result, and then that's it. So now going forward, that's what it's all about. Just getting back to the basics, training, doing real bodybuilding, and not focusing on much else. Not distractions, because I had a lot of that going on too. So this is just kind of reinventing myself, reintroducing myself, because we'll get a different physique tomorrow. And I'm just excited, man, going forward.
But just, again, address, obviously don't mention names in particular, but this is a real opportunity for you.
My first pro show was in New York Pro. I turned pro as a super heavyweight, and I was on the lowest end, like the lowest possible weight. I was just 1 pound over the limit. And so once I did the New York Pro, I look at it like this. It's a challenge, right?
Right.
It's a challenge. So if this is the sport that I'm going to do, you can't be in this sport and think that you're going to duck certain competitors. Eventually, I'm going to face them if you want to be the best in the world, so you got to go up against these guys. And it just landed that these were the guys from the Olympia because they entered after I did. I actually entered the show before the prize money increase. I entered when they only had 6 guys, and then everyone else entered after that. And once it happened, I was like, man, that's great, because even though it's competition, when you compete with the best, it's just going to make you better. You don't want to go with the mindset like, oh, this is an easy lineup. I can skate through and I can beat these guys. No, let me line up with them. And if I can edge them out and put some guys in my rear view, then great. If not, then we have more work to do. And I plan on doing this for the long haul. So I'm excited about a tougher lineup because it's what you're here to do. You want the highest level of competition. The fans want the highest level of competition. So when that happened and they came in, I said, oh, okay, it's a game.
It's on.
Let's go to work.
What placing, what result would make you happy heading out of this weekend?
I mean, always a top 5 placing in any show. I just want to be compared with the top guys. And I feel like with there only being 10 guys, that's a high chance of some good movement because there's a lot of different physiques.
Right, yeah.
It's a good range of physiques. Yeah, a lot of variety. And it's kind of cool because it reminds you of the old school days. Old school days, those guys they were from big to small, tall, short, wide. It didn't really matter. They were all different physiques. They all got a chance to stand next to each other, and the best guy was picked. So I couldn't ask for much more than that. Let me get a top 5 placing, be able to stand up against these guys, and, man, I'm be excited. I mean, I'm coming back from an injury, and I had 7 weeks to get ready. And I think we're going to bring a very good package, so I'm excited.
Well, it's good to see you back, good to see you healthy, and good to see you reinvigorated.
Yes,
Take
sir.
us out with a shot. Here we go. Let's see something here. Look at that. Look at that. Well, you got that? That's incredible. Patrick Moore at the 2023 Arnold Classic. Patrick, thank you so much for the time, and good luck this weekend. Bye, man. Alongside the reigning Bikini Olympia champion, Maureen, is it Blanquisco or Blanquisco?
Blanquisco.
Blanquisco. All right, so you have to clarify. They have you listed as being from Denmark, correct?
No.
Wait. What country are you?
Actually, he was like from Norway.
Norway.
Philippines,
I'm sorry. Yeah, my mistake. Right, Norway, but you're originally from
The Philippines.
Philippines.
I'm
okay.
representing Philippines, yeah.
All right, sorry, Norway, and sorry, Denmark.
Denmark.
You come into this show as the now Bikini Olympia champion. You've competed here at the Arnold Classic last year, finishing second. How much of a difference does it come in to this show, coming in as the reigning Bikini Olympia champion?
The difference, I mean, honestly, the difference is that I already won the Olympia, which is my #1 goal. Which now is like the fun part for me, right? No more pressure. I know people will say, isn't it more pressure for you? Maybe you play second or third, or now win the Miss International. Honestly, for me, I see it more like now I'm chill because I've been working so hard for the Olympia, which is my #1 goal. So, but if I ever won this one, of course, like another title under my belt, why not?
What adjustments does a bikini competitor, someone obviously like yourself now at the very top end, talk to us about the prep? It's a short prep from the Olympia heading into this Arnold Classic, but again, we talk about momentum, physique-wise, what can fans expect to see?
Okay, this prep is very interesting, really interesting, because every prep is different, right? But this one, I guess I had a problem with my gut. I got a gut problem for 3 weeks. And I had my birthday actually, the 23rd of February, and in my birthday I told myself, please, I don't have to win the Arnolds. I just want my body to move. I just want my body to start responding so I can do my work. Whatever happens in the show happens. And I swear that night my gut just started like working, and my coach and I, we were like wondering what's wrong with me, right? Like 3 weeks my body was just holding water. My body was just so stressed. And after my birthday, the next morning I lost 7 pounds, and all of them are just water because we know I'm just lean. I didn't retain fat for such a short time. But yeah, this prep, I was like, my body started responding, and I've never looked this tight in my life. So my conditioning is way better than Olympia, that's for sure. But I'm not hard, you know what I mean? I have the fullness, the bubbly look, but just tiny bit condition, which that's what we're aiming for. So I'm very happy.
When you look at this bikini division, and really over the course of the last few years, it's been a revolving door at the top in terms of champions. How does Maureen Blanquisco stay at the top of this competitive division?
Honestly, for me, I stayed consistent. I never show up not ready. Because if I'm prepping and then I feel like I'm not ready, I will not go to the show. Because for me, it's a disrespect towards myself to show up like that as a pro, and also disrespect for the judges and the federation, right? So for me, I think what makes me stand out a couple of years is that I always came in right. I always came in with a representative body, not like whatever body, you know what I mean? And also I think because the judges saw how my body evolved through over the years, it was a huge gap, right? So my first Olympia I placed 9th, my third was 4th, and then I won the Olympia.
Right.
Because they really saw my changes. It wasn't like a small change. So I guess that's like, for sure this year, it's gonna be even better change because I finally can train my legs, because I couldn't train my legs for such a long time,
Right.
because I grow my legs so fast. But now once I start like training legs, my body will shape even differently, which is in a better way. So I'm very excited for the next Olympia.
And finally, I have to ask you, obviously, you are now a MuscleTech athlete. MuscleTech very generous in their support of our coverage of this show. What made you go with MuscleTech? And in terms of the products, the company, what makes you proudest about being a MuscleTech athlete?
MuscleTech has offered so much in the business. MuscleTech has been there for a while. They know what they're doing. They take care of their athletes. I hear around to take care of their athletes, and I spoke with the bosses. They are really, really good bosses. And I always want to work with a company where they take care of their athletes, right? Because we take this seriously. Our athletes, we take this seriously, especially like a competitive athlete. And their product is like, it works really good for my platform. It works better for how I look. Like, this is the look that I'm aiming for. So I tried their products a month prior before I signed with them. So I actually started using the products before I even signed with them. So I know which product I'll be using before I sign with them, right? So that's very, very important to me, because I need those products to be, working towards my goal through all the prep. So
You need to believe in the company, believe in the product. Yeah.
when for me, I can't really I can't commercial a product where I don't really believe in or I don't even use. It's pointless. I know people athletes get paid, but it's still just doesn't feel right? Especially I have a lot of girls who is genuinely supports me, and they always say, "Oh, I want to use the product that you use." Imagine if you don't use the product that you commercial. It's kind of I feel bad, right? But MuscleTech, I really believe in the product, so I'm very happy that they take me in.
Well, I know that they're very happy with you as well. The reigning Bikini Olympia champion, Maureen Blanquisco. Maureen, thank you so much for the time. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
All right. Alongside the conqueror, William Bonak, champion of the Arnold Classic in 2018 and 2020. William, you're in rare class, rare company, coming in as a multiple-time champion of this event. How do you feel heading into Arnold Classic weekend?
I feel always confident. I feel good. No stress, So going into the show, did our homework. So according to me, nothing can go wrong, So yeah.
You're looking at a very, very top-end, world-class bodybuilding lineup. What do you plan on bringing to the stage that's going to make you truly stand out?
Just be me, but the best version of me. Condition, size, fullness. All these factors, and presentation on stage, and that's going to make the difference. Yeah.
We talked about you being a multiple-time champion of this event. What is it about the Arnold Classic that gets you so up and you be able to deliver your best performance?
Maybe it's because it's in the winter time that I'm doing my prep. In the summertime, the prep is a little bit more difficult. So it's a quick one. You start in December. And it's March is it's like day and night, so it's quick. The days are shorter because it's winter time. In the summertime you have longer days, so it's more difficult, so that's the reason why that makes it easier for me to come to the Arnold, at my best than to go to the Olympia.
What was that process like for you, the prep, going from the Olympia and having just a few weeks really in between coming into this? And was there a plan where you say to yourself, all right, there's obviously the best version of you, but you're going up against the likes of a Big Ramy, of a Nick Walker, of an Andrew Jack. What factors into your prep with all those factors combined?
To be honest with you, I don't think about the other athletes. I don't even, if I check them, but I don't focus on them. Never did, I never ever did that. So I don't really focus on them. I focus on me, what I can do, because I can't control what the other guys are doing, And if they look good, I give them props for it. You understand? So that's me. But I don't focus on them. I just focus on me, and we did our homework, and doing what I can do from my perspective. And yes, like I said, the homework is done. Now we just have to do the presentation on stage. And about the other guys, knowing that they were ahead of me at the Olympia, doesn't say much to me. Because anything can happen. And I just had a bad showing at Olympia, and that doesn't mean that they are better than me. Yeah.
Finally, what result, what kind of a placing, what kind of a performance would make you happy this weekend?
I'm coming for the win. Yeah, there's nothing less. I'm coming for the win, and that will make me very happy. And a birthday present for my mom as well. She's
What was her birthday?
Tomorrow, 3rd March. Yeah. So, yes.
Well, happy birthday, Mom, and hopefully your son can deliver on what will be a 3rd Arnold Classic Championship title. William Bonak, the Conqueror, thank you so much for the time. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Alongside the man with the non-existent waist, you also know him as the reigning Men's Physique Olympia champion and coming into this Arnold Classic as a defending Men's Physique champion, Aaron Banks. How do you feel heading into the weekend?
I feel great. We prepared very and extremely well for this one. We thought we were going to take some time off coming off the O, but we didn't. We got right back to work. We took a week off. I was sick the whole entire time, but hey, I heard a lot of people were sick from the O, but literally got back to work, and we are really excited about what we've done. This package is, and I'm going to say it on record, this package is way better than the Olympia.
When you say that, right, because when we talk about men's physique, what do you define as, obviously, there's what you brought last year to the Arnold Classic, what you brought to the Olympia. What refinements do you make, and what do you make realistically in about 6-7 weeks from the Olympia heading into this weekend?
The main thing is the density and just the maturity of the muscle. There's nothing crazy drastic to where I'm bigger, I look bigger, right, but I'm still the same weight as Mr. Olympia. The muscle just looks different. It's just maturing, real dense.
So you obviously, with your height, kind of represent sort of the evolution of the division in a sense where it is getting bigger, right? We saw that coming over the course of the last 3-4 years, and now you're 6'1", 6'2", yeah. Right, 6'1". Do you see this division getting to the place which 5-6 years ago was a smaller look, was more of the, I guess, quote-unquote beach body look? What would you say, we talk about direction, but really more so in the open class and how it's been dispelled many times. Do you see direction in men's physique?
Yes and no. I just wasn't, I wasn't there back in the day, for there to be a taller athlete that they can look at, or a Raymond who wasn't there in the very beginning. So there wasn't that look to give the judges, you know what I mean? So as myself, Raymond, even like Chiron, these guys are on the taller scale and a little bit bigger in size. Is that's where I feel, I'm not saying it's going, but it's just more of the mainstream look with men's physique right now.
When you look at this division, and obviously we talked about sort of the direction in terms of size, in terms of quality, right? We look, I don't know if you remember this, but back in 2014, you had the likes of a Jeremy Buendia, Jason Poston, Siddique Hadzovic, and that was its own kind of popularity in and of itself. And now you have a totally different breed of athlete, and I feel like it's a different look. Yep. What would you say about the quality at the top of the men's physique division, really as compared to maybe past eras?
The quality is phenomenal. You have some of these guys who've been competing since the beginning, and they're still competing now. Yeah. These guys are getting better still if they've been in this league 10 plus years. Me, myself coming in, and some of the other new cats that are coming in, yes, they're fresh. These bodies are getting to a whole entire another level. So I just feel I feel it's going in the right direction when it comes to men's physique, with size, the mainstream look. So, yeah, absolutely.
Let's get this on record. Obviously, you come in as the Olympia champion, as the defending Arnold Classic champion. Is Aaron Banks the face of the men's physique division?
I think so. Yeah, absolutely.
That was pretty defiant.
Yeah, absolutely. Aaron Banks. Yeah, that's me. Him. Men's physique. I am him.
I love it. We finally got an I am him. In all the years I've been doing this, we never ever got an I am him. So what will it be? Air him Banks?
And that's good. Air him Banks, because I am him.
Thanks so much. Good luck. Thank you. Alongside the giant killer, Sean Clarita. Sean, we could talk bodybuilding all day, but the most important question is, how's fatherhood treating you?
Oh, it's different. It's great. Baby girl, she's amazing. Definitely my twin. Definitely motivation, going forward. Life has definitely changed for the better.
I have to ask, only because you, a world-class bodybuilder, you have your kid and you're back into prep to go up against, some of the top end bodybuilders. What was that like?
Very, very difficult, but I have to give props to my wife because obviously, she understands what I do, and this supports our family, obviously. So she takes the brunt of everything. The baby's crying, she takes care of it, tries to put her to sleep the whole 9 yards. She kind of lets me do my own thing. Anytime I have a little bit of energy, definitely like to play with her if I can. But once this show's over, I'm taking a long break. I'm going to take them somewhere away from the gym and away from bodybuilding and just enjoy my family.
That's kind of where I was going to go next. At night, she wakes up crying, asking for milk. No.
The wife takes care of all of that. She takes care of all that.
So right now, Amazon.com and Target are your best friends, I imagine.
Ooh,
Target pickup.
Expensive. These babies are expensive. I didn't realize this. Her crib alone was like $5,000. So yeah, it's very different.
Obviously, you come into the show, and I consider you one of those game changer types because you are taking the quantum leap, not only going up into the open class, but really going up against really some of the top end bodybuilders in the world. Talk to us about your decision to compete at the show, and really with everything, baby, short time span between the Olympia heading into the show. What was this prep like for you?
It was smooth. Obviously I was already in shape. I kind of stayed on a diet after the Olympia. When I got the invite, it was a no-brainer. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it last year, just bad timing. But I missed the opportunity. I didn't miss. I chose to do 212 at the Olympia versus the Open. And I think a lot of people wanted to see me on the Open stage. And when I got the opportunity to come here, it was a no-brainer, like I said. And I'm here to battle. Yeah, these guys are, got the top 10 guys here. But I personally have never stood next to any of these guys aside from Kamal on stage. So people have the predictions, but until that time happens, predictions don't mean anything.
I've asked Derek, I've asked Kamal. I'm going to ask you, as far as what you've learned about your body, your physique, getting ready for an open show versus a 212 competition.
It's no different for me personally. Obviously I'm way under the 212 class. So there's no like, I can eat up and get bigger. There's none of that. I'm never the biggest guy on stage, right? What's got me to where I'm at today has been conditioning, presentation, and confidence. And that's what I'm bringing to this weekend. I didn't try to play a size game and get any bigger. Yes, I am bigger, but that wasn't purposely done. It's just that rebound after Olympia was amazing. And I'll be about 3 to 4 pounds bigger, but just as sharp.
Finally, is this for good? Are you an open class bodybuilder going forward?
No.
So there's still some wiggle room.
Absolutely.
Love to hear it. Thank you so much, man.